All right, Facebook Live, Steve Wilmer here with Steve Speak, coming to you on this beautiful Saturday evening. I got a really quick story to tell you. So listen, guys, remember in the Bible, there were these friends who had another friend who was on a mat. He was lame. He couldn't walk. And they put him on the mat and they took him to the house because they heard that Jesus was in the house and they wanted their friend to be healed. But when they got to the house, it was really crowded. There was a lot of people. And rather than turning around and going away and give it up, they went up on the roof that wasn't their house and they dug through the roof and they lowered their friend down. And the Bible says that when Jesus saw their faith, when he saw their faith, their friend was healed. Dig through the roof. So here, I got a story real quick. So this week, I was in New York. I was speaking in New York in the Big Apple. Finished speaking, go to the airport, get ready to come back home. My flight was canceled. So immediately, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to get back to Pensacola. They said, well, we don't have anything that's leaving tonight. We don't have anything leaving tomorrow. You got to stay in New York for another day. Reluctantly, I said, well, okay, another day. I can still get back to Pensacola on time for what I got to have going on. So I leave the following day, that Friday morning. I get to the airport yesterday morning. I'm ready to jump on my plane and say, Mr. Wilmer, your flight has been canceled. I said, oh, no. You don't understand. I got to get to Pensacola. They said, listen, there's nothing we can do. I said, well, how can you get me to Pensacola? How close can you get me? Can you get me to New Orleans? They said, no. What about Georgia? No. Texas? No. I said, how close can you get me to Pensacola? Because I got to be there. They said, the closest we can get you is to Raleigh, North Carolina. They said, do you know anybody in North Carolina? I said, no. I said, I don't care. Book it. I need to get to Pensacola. They said, well, what you going to do to get to Raleigh? I said, don't worry about it. Book it. They booked me the ticket. They said, okay, you're going to be in Raleigh. The plane leaves today at 2 p.m. I'm like, cool. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So then I get online. My wife and I get online. We say, well, let's find a ticket from Raleigh to Pensacola. We working now. I'm sitting there waiting for my plane for Raleigh. A loudspeaker comes over. Flights to Raleigh, North Carolina has been canceled. I'm like, no, are you kidding me? I got to get to Pensacola. I go to the lady. I'm like, hey, lady, I got to get to Pensacola. Mr. Wilmer, I'm sorry, nothing we can do. I said, is there anything else that I can do? She said, there's nothing else that you can do. She said, I said, listen, I got to get to Pensacola. Help me, help me, help me. She says, listen, there's a flight leaving to Raleigh, but it leaves in 45 minutes. It's going to take you 30 minutes to get to the other side of the airport. And another thing, the seats are all booked. The only way you can get on the flight is if nobody shows up. I said, I'm there. Give me the ticket. Guys, I'm running through the airport. I'm jumping over luggage. I'm knocking over little kids. Not really. So anyway, so I go all the way to the other side. I get there. The lady had just closed the door. I'm saying, hey, open that door. I got to get in. I got to get to Pensacola. She said, sir, the door is closed. I said, open the door. I said, did everybody show up? She said, no, there's one seat left. I said, that's my seat. That's my seat. She says, fine. She opens the door. I get on a plane. I drive to North Carolina. I rent a car. I drive over to Charlotte. I buy another plane ticket from another airline. I jump on a plane. I get here to Pensacola. Here's my point. See, guys, in life, there are some things that you have to do to dig through the roof. There are some things that are not going to come easy. And if you want those things, you got to dig through the roof. You can't see a crowd, turn around and go back. Nobody can tell you no. And you say, well, you said no. I guess that's it. You got to be willing to go the extra step. Do whatever it takes to dig through the roof to get what you want. Because what God has for you is for you. So the reason I had to get back here to Pensacola is because tonight is the daddy-daughter date night. And there was no way that I was going to miss taking my daughter Jana to the daddy-daughter date night. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Do what you got to do to dig through the roof.
Steve Speaks.
Have a good one, guys.